Hello and welcome everyone. Here we are, episode 2 is here. Before we move on to the modular kit, let me say a couple words about Port Village overview. My main goal here was to showcase visual style and overall mood of the place. Not every location in the game will share the same exact tone. Some areas in the game will be less oppressive with a lighter atmosphere, while others will dive much deeper into the dark. The village sits somewhere in the middle. Set expectation, a middle point if you will. This scene also serves a dual purpose. It's not just a part of the game world for me now, it's also my testing ground for developing and refining various aspects of the game. Gameplay mechanics, visual effects, characters of course. The environment is where I work out the details and make sure everything comes together. For the village, I created a modular kit with over 300 unique assets, and that's not even counting the damage variations. Those are still in progress. I decided to finish them later. Of course, there are still some flaws here and there. I'll need to address them in the future. Some pieces don't quite align as perfectly as I'd like, or there are some tweaks that could improve the overall look and performance. But honestly, I'm pretty happy how it turned out. It definitely took me a while to put it all together, but once the kit was ready, building houses became a much faster and smoother process. What's super nice here is that the same modular layout and approach will also be used as a foundation for new kits in other game locations. The first step, starting completely from scratch, is always the hardest. Not gonna lie, it is figuring out the right structure and workflow, but now that it's done, it's already paying off, and I'm pretty confident that the effort I put in here will save a ton of time and make my workflow much more efficient as I move to the new areas in the game. Let's take a closer look at Decipher, the main gadget in the game. Unfortunately, it's still lacking visual effects, so it's not so easy to talk about it and explain how it will work, so prepare your imagination. At its core, Decipher is like a flashlight, simple but incredibly versatile. Its base functionality is all about short-range, area-based damage. And while it seems basic at first glance, there are some deeper game mechanics tied to it exclusively, and I'll explore those in the next episodes, so stay tuned, subscribe and hit the tiny cute bell. Then there is the theme beam module. Don't laugh, it's a work in progress names. Think of this module as a precision tool that combines elements of railgun and plasma cutter from Dead Space. Well, what can I say? It can cut off their limbs. As I see it, this model should be really fun to use. Light Shield module allows you to move through shadows safely, for a specific duration of course. Block shadow-based attacks. Probably the most useful gadget in the game. However, it won't help you against any incoming physical damage, so its power shouldn't be overestimated. And now the Light Orb Launcher. This module lets you throw orbs of light that act like a rocket or underbarrel launcher. It not only deals tons of damage, but also leaves an area of decayed light glow in which enemies can't enter. It's perfect for high impact situation or can be used strategically to clear out dangerous areas, giving you the breathing room to plan your next move. So, that's a super short breakdown of Decipher, your trusty gadget. As development progresses, I'll keep refining and polishing it for sure, because as you all know, it always looks cool on paper, so I'm excited to see how it evolves into its final form in the end. And speaking of ending, this is me. This is the end of the video, and I have an announcement that next week I'm going live on YouTube, and will be extremely happy if you will join me there. I'll post an update when it will happen, so please stay tuned. I also opened the itch.io page where you can find all info about the project. It can be used as a hub with updates and my thoughts, everything else. Also, I have a Patreon, and I also have a Patreon page. If you want to support me, please welcome. But keep in mind that all content is free. All updates will be available there, as well as on itch.io page. So pick the one you like more. Anyway, that's the end. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next episode. Bye bye.